Okay, let's start. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone.
Alaikum salam and good evening, Mr. Abu Bakar.
So just to tell you, our full course is starting from 2nd of January, and this is the pricing. So if you register as an individual, it is going to be 750 riyal if you pay in Pakistani bank and 1000 riyal if you pay in Saudi bank. The difference is because of VAT. So in case you want some reimbursement from your company, then it is better you pay in Saudi bank. Otherwise, you can pay through any of your friend or relative in Pakistani bank. If you register as a group of three or more people, there will be additional discount. It will be 500 riyal only if you pay in Pakistani bank. And if you register as a group of five or more, there will be free Primavera session also for the whole group, means those five who register as a group. And before we start the next session on our full session on 2nd of January, I will conduct one more session just like today. So in case you want to inform your friends and convince them to join this course, you can bring them or tell them to join on 23rd also. Same presentation I will repeat inshallah. And then we will start the full course on 2nd of January. My introduction, my name is Abu Bakar Ehsan Saeed. I have done bachelor's in computer science, master's in information technology. I have done PMP, project management professional from PMI, plus RMP also, which is risk management professional, plus ACP, which is agile certified practitioner, and two certifications related to quality management, which are Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt. Currently, I'm working as a consultant with Deloitte Saudi Arabia. Overall, more than 25 years of working and project management experience with more than 200 PMP workshops I have already conducted, and with more than 14,000 engineers and managers just like you. And this is my contact information, email, and WhatsApp. More frequently, more regularly, I check my WhatsApp messages and I feel more comfortable in communicating on WhatsApp. Text messages only. And email also sometimes when you inform me on WhatsApp that we have sent some email, then I check it. This is going to be the schedule for the full course, inshallah. It will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 3 weeks. And Friday timing 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. KSA time. Saturday also same. Sunday it will be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So 5 hours classes on Friday, 5 hours on Saturday with prayer breaks, and 3 hours on Sunday. So overall, we will have something like 39 hours with breaks. And if you refer to Pakistani timing, that is also mentioned here. Some of my sessions I conducted, just group photos for that. And after COVID, after 2021, I am conducting only online sessions on Zoom only. But before that, I was conducting off-site, on-site, and offline sessions as well. This was my training center in Riyadh. It was my public course. This is KFUPM, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Mineral Sciences. This is STC. This is National Petroleum Yumbo. This is KFCA, King Fahd Causeway Authority. And now the first slide about PMP, how you can become PMP. So this is the first slide that needs your attention if you are interested in doing PMP in near future, inshallah. So number one prerequisite for PMP is the experience. And number two is the training. So number one, you need experience. Number two, the training. If you attend our training, which is starting from 2nd of January, or if you attend any other training from any other institute that will fulfill your requirement, this one. So this second prerequisite is no complication. You just need to attend a course of minimum 35 hours either from us or from anyone else in the world. You will get certificate, and that certificate is acceptable by the PMI. When we say PMI, what is PMI? Project Management Institute, which is the governing body of this certification. So some people they ask what is the difference between PMI and PMP. So PMI offers so many certifications, like three of those I have also done: PMP, RMP, and ACP. And PMI is the governing body, and PMP is the name of the certification. And remember, just like many other certifications, ISO certification or Green Belt certification, Six Sigma certification, these are offered by many different governing bodies in the world. Some American bodies, some British bodies. But PMP is only and only offered by only one governing body, which is PMI. No other organization is giving this certification. So if you are doing Six Sigma or ISO, people do ask that is it an American certification or British certification? What is the exam? Their exam is easy or their value is higher or this. But for PMP, it's only one body, same policies, same questions, same exams everywhere in the world. So this is PMI, Project Management Institute. So any training you attend from any institute, they are going to accept that training certificate. Yes, the training might be, some trainers might be better than others, so your journey of doing PMP may become easier or difficult depending upon the concepts explained by the trainer. So training requirement, there is no complication, but for the experience requirement, you might be a graduate. You may have you may have 16-year education or 4 years degree, or maybe you have 3 years degree or diploma. Both are allowed to appear in the exam or apply for the exam. Only difference is if you have 4 years bachelor's degree, you need minimum 3 years of working experience related to the projects. In case you are a diploma holder, that or 3 years bachelor's degree holder, then you need minimum 5 years of projects related experience. Up till here, any question or confusion from anyone, please feel free to ask. Is this experience requirement clear for everyone?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
जी मैं गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर से हूँ। तो उसमें मेरा एक्सपीरियंस काउंट होगा। वैसे मेरा 13 ईयर एक्सपीरियंस है।
जी जी,
मैं जियोलॉजिस्ट हूँ बेसिकली।
बिल्कुल होगा। गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज, so many government employees, it's very common in government employees, right? But depending upon, have you worked on projects or not? When I did my PMP, I was also working with the government organization, Punjab IT Board, at that time. So government organizations, if they are working on projects, your department, your organization, and you are participating in that in any way, might be a planner, might be a controller, anything. So you can consider that experience for the application of PMP. Does that answer your question?
जी मेरा थोड़ा सा एक और मेरा इशू है कि
जी जी,
हम प्रोजेक्ट को शुरू से लेके एंड तक, मतलब मैं हर फेजेस में हम इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं।
right.
बट अगर कोई उसकी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन जब होती है, उसमें हमें थोड़ा सा शायद मुझे मुश्किल होगी उनको को
You
डिलीवर
you
करते हुए
must
कि वो
need
इसकी।
experience letters. Experience letter is
ठीक
what
है
you
सर।
need from your company. That's
ठीक है
it.
सर, थैंक यू। मैं सर आपसे अगर थोड़े से मजीद, मैं आपसे पर्सनल में थोड़ा सा मजीद पूछ लूंगा।
कोशिश कीजिएगा, कोशिश कीजिएगा कि आज के सेशन में ही पूछ लें, चाहे आखिर में पूछ लें। ठीक है।
ठीक है।
यहाँ पे मैं
जी सर।
ज़रा ज़्यादा इजीली आपको, आप फेस टू फेस मुझसे बात कर सकते हैं, पूछ सकते हैं। ठीक है। बाद में आप व्हाट्सएप पे भी पूछ
ठीक है।
सकते हैं, लेकिन इतनी डिटेल बात शायद ना हो सके। ठीक है। यहाँ पे जो
ठीक है।
लाइव
थैंक यू।
अवेलेबल हूँ, तो आप क्लास के एंड में बेशक 2-4 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा ले लीजिएगा, कोई मसला नहीं।
ठीक है जी, थैंक यू।
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम एनीवन एल्स अबाउट एक्सपीरियंस रिक्वायरमेंट? Okay, just as an example, Ashraf, you mentioned your experience is 13 years, right?
जी 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 सर, 13 ईयर
Okay.
एक्सपीरियंस।
What's your full name? S. Ashraf?
शहबाज अशरफ, शहबाज
Shabazz
अशरफ।
Ashraf. Okay, so I'm taking example of Shehbaz to explain some important point here. So Shehbaz is having 13 years of experience, right? So that means this is 2025. So roughly he started working in 2012, right? Now, if for this application, if Mr. Shehbaz, he enters his experience, and remember how many years of experience you need to enter? 3 years, assuming you have 4 years bachelor's degree. So for everyone, just like Shehbaz having 13 years of experience, he does not need to enter all 13 years, only 3 years. Even if you have 30 years experience, 40 years experience, you only need to mention 3 years relevant experience. That's it. You do not need to enter all experience, number one. Number two, so Mr. Shehbaz, if he started working in 2012, so let's say he mentions one project on which he worked in 2013, let's say July 2013 to 2015 June. So it becomes 24 months. But remember here one very important point for everyone, this line. In the last 8 years, so this experience will not be accepted. You must enter only experience which falls in the latest 8 years. So that means, let's say you attend this course in January 2026 and you are filling your application in February 2026. So which number of years of experience he can consider here? So Feb 2016 to Feb 2026. Sorry, not 2016, 2018. Only within last 8 years. So now within these 8 years, let's say he can mention one project from July 2019 up till December 2020. So how many months it becomes? 18 months. So this is fine. This is acceptable. Another project, let's say he mentions from January 2023 up till June 2024, right? So it also becomes 18 months. So total 36 months. So this is acceptable. This fulfills this requirement. Is this point clear to everyone? Any question or confusion? किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन कंफ्यूजन है तो विदाउट हेजिटेशन यू कैन आस्क प्लीज.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम रहमतुल्लाहि व
सर कैसे?
बरकातहू. जी जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जी प्लीज.
मैं वकास बात कर रहा हूँ लाहौर से।
जी जी
मेरी अभी इंजीनियरिंग कंप्लीट हुई,
जी
इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग
जी जी
2000। अभी बिफोर 3 मंथ मेरा ये बैच कंप्लीट हुआ है ग्रेजुएशन का।
जी
तो
जी.
सर मैं 2022 से सोलर सिस्टम की फील्ड में जॉब कर रहा हूँ एज अ सब इंजीनियर यानी, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कंप्लीट मेरी ग्रिप हो गई है।
आपका
3 ईयर का
क्वेश्चन ये
मेरा
है कि आप पीएमपी
एक्सपीरियंस
कर
है।
सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते, यही क्वेश्चन है आपका?
जी जी।
अच्छा ठीक हो गया. मैं I will explain it here on the slide. If you notice that you need to have minimum 3 years of projects related experience after your graduation, right? In your case, your degree is just completed. So either you should have minimum 3 years of experience after your degree completion or 5 years of experience overall in life in the last 8 years. So if you have 5 years of experience of that solar company, then it is acceptable. Otherwise, you will have to wait in order to apply for PMP. But as an alternate, this question might be for many of you. As an alternate, there is a junior certification of PMP, which is called as Certified Associate in Project Management. That is also from PMI. Same knowledge, same concepts, same training, only the exam will be easier. So either you must have minimum 3 or 5 years of experience to apply for PMP. If you do not have that much experience, you have to wait. Either you have to wait to complete that tenure, or you can go for a junior certification, CAPM. For that, there is no experience requirement. Is it clear to everyone? Any question, confusion?
I am not eligible for PNP exam.
No.
Okay.
I told you the alternate, right? CAPM. If you want to know more, you can ask me at the end of the lecture, right?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam rahmatullah barak.
Sir, I have 17-year experience after 3 year DA and then Bachelor Engineering BTech honor in 2014. So after 2014, I have 11-year experience, and now I have passed just now from Rifa University MSPM, Master Science in Project Management. Now
Right,
I want to start PMP.
right.
It is possible?
Yes. So this is what I'm explaining, right? You have experience, you have training, right? You can apply for the exam. There's no
Oh.
complication, right? Anyone else having any question on this slide?
जी सलाम अलैकुम।
Walaikum salam rahmatullah. Yes, please.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मेरा एक्सपीरियंस डिजाइन साइड पे है ज्यादा, और बट हम लोग
प्रोजेक्ट
प्रोजेक्ट
डिजाइन या
वाइज
ग्राफिक
काम
डिजाइन?
करते हैं। इलेक्ट्रिकल
प्रोजेक्ट
डिजाइन में
डिजाइन है ना, प्रोजेक्ट डिजाइन है तो अगर
जी
आपका सेम
जी
3 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है आफ्टर डिग्री, तो यू आर एलिजिबल।
हाँ, प्रोजेक्ट डिजाइन में एंड डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट डिफरेंट क्लाइंट्स के लिए हम लोग काम करते हैं,
जी जी
बट जी तो उसको एलिजिबल क्राइटेरिया में आ जाए।
जी, अगर 3 साल से ज्यादा का एक्सपीरियंस है तो ठीक है।
जी जी जी
जी
जी
ठीक होगा।
जी
Okay, let's
जज़ाकल्लाह।
move forward. You're welcome. I have to go at a little speed, higher speed. So in case I'm trying to answer your question very quickly, but in case you want to discuss more, you can stay after I finish my presentation, and then I will be happy to. सारी रात बेशक बैठे रहें, गप्पे मारते रहें. I will not leave you alone or any question unanswered, right? Okay. So coming back to our presentation, so if you have this much experience, if you have this much training already attended, you can apply for the exam, and the exam is only one test, which is 230 minutes, 180 questions, and all questions are objective types. There is no subjective questions, no paragraphs. Question statements might be paragraphs, but the answers will be selecting the options. That's it. So if you pass that exam, on the spot, you will get the result that you have passed or you have failed in both cases. Now, when you are applying for the exam, when you are submitting your application on this website, www.pmi.org, in the first round, you are only going to enter your information. You are not going to upload any documents related to your degree, your training certificate, or your experience letters. Nothing. You are only going to enter the information. That's it. That I have done bachelor's from this university, master's from this university. I have worked on these projects in these companies. I have attended project management training from this institute. That's it. After you submit your application, there is an audit chance. 10% applications they randomly select for the audit. In case your application comes in the audit, then you will have to provide the evidence of all the information you have entered. In case your application comes in the 90%, then no further checking, no further verification. You can directly pay the exam fee and book your exam. In case your application comes in the audit process, you will have to provide the educational certificates, degrees, transcripts, experience letters for the selected 3 years that you have entered in your application. email contact of your supervisors that I worked on these projects under these people, and PMI will send them an email to verify. And the training certificate. So these are the four things required in case your application comes in the audit process. Any question or confusion on this?
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है, मैं गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर से हूँ, हमारे ये एक्सपीरियंस लेटर और सुपरवाइजर्स के ईमेल्स हमारे ऑफिशियल ईमेल्स
शहबाज
में।
भाई, मैंने सैकड़ों लोगों को देखा जिन्होंने गवर्नमेंट से पीएमपी किया है। एवरी इंस्टीट्यूट इज बाउंड टू प्रोवाइड यू एक्सपीरियंस लेटर। अगर कोई कहता है जी हम नहीं देते, आप उसको कोर्ट में ले जाएं। ठीक है, मजीद डिस्कस करना हो तो क्लास के बाद कर लीजिएगा। ठीक,
जी
मतलब ये वैलिड चीज सिनेरियो नहीं है कि नहीं देते, नहीं आप मांगते नहीं है। आप जाके मांगे, उनका धड़ल्ले से मांगे, वो देंगे। उनकी एचआर डिपार्टमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। कैसे हो सकता है ना दें? ठीक है, मजीद आप डिस्कस कर लीजिएगा एट द एंड। क्वेश्चन कंफ्यूजन ऑन दिस स्लाइड? ठीक है
अस्सलाम वालेकुम
जी,
सर,
वास्तव
इंटर के बाद एक डिप्लोमा चल जाएगा?
जी, डिप्लोमा चल जाएगा। इंटर भी
तो
एज डिप्लोमा ही काउंट होगा। ठीक है
तो फिर तो मैंने एफएससी इंजीनियरिंग की है ना, उसके बाद मेरा
यार,
फाइव
आपको
ईयर का
ऑलरेडी वकास भाई मैंने अर्ज कर दिया, 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए लाइफ में। दैट्स इट। अब वो आप सारी रात भी लगे रहेंगे, मैंने मैट्रिक में ये किया, 6 एफएससी में ये किया, मिडिल में किया, वो टाइम वेस्ट है ना। सिर्फ 5 साल का आपको एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए। ठीक है
ठीक है।
जी। तो मजीद अगर कोई बात हो, क्योंकि आपका क्वेश्चन रेलेवेंट नहीं है ना, ठीक है। अगर मजीद कोई है तो आप मेरे से आखिर में डायरेक्टली बात कर लीजिएगा। ठीक है, अभी सबका टाइम वेस्ट ना करें प्लीज।
थैंक यू थैंक यू।
राइट, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू द स्लाइड इटसेल्फ, ऑडिट स्लाइड? Okay, I assume it's clear for everyone. And please keep your mics to mute mode. After asking your question, please mute your mics. Exam information or exam introduction. It's a computer-based exam at an authorized exam center. You have option to give exam from your home also, from exam center also. But highly recommended is that you shall give the exam from the exam center. That is a much better experience and more recommended, highly recommended, and it's easier also. And remember, you every big city, every major city will have exam centers. Even in Lahore, also you have minimum 3, 4 centers, right? So in every major city, you will find easily the centers. So you can book your exam there, and you do not need to go to visit those centers yourself in order to book the exam. You can do it everything online on PMI website. It has 180 questions and total time is 230 minutes. So on average, you have 76 seconds to answer each question, but there is no limitation. It's up to you. You can answer a question in 20, 30 seconds also. You can answer a question in 3 minutes also. When you will click on the next, only then next question will come. So all the questions will come one by one. There is no negative marking. And out of those 180 questions, 5 questions are considered as pre-test questions. Pre-test questions, these are not considered in your final score. These are dummy questions, you can say, with zero weightage. So regardless your answer of these 5 questions was right or wrong or whatever, it is not going to affect consider in your final score. Roughly 60 to 75% passing marks. The reason is that we do not know what is exactly the passing marks, passing score, because PMI, they do not tell. And when they give the result, they do not tell how much was your score. They just tell you pass or fail. That's it. So just an idea developed about this passing score is it is somewhere between 60 to 75% marks. Any question on this slide, please, from anyone?
सर ये मैप डेफिनेशन, जो 180 क्वेश्चन में से फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स एमसीक्यूज, ये मैप डेफिनेशन को डिफाइन कर देंगे प्लीज?
Map definitions means drag and drop. that this word means this. That's it. So that is also like MCQs. Any other question, confusion?
यस सर, ये 180 क्वेश्चंस में से जो ये फाइव क्वेश्चन जो प्री टेस्ट कंसिडर करें किए जाएंगे, ये इसी 180 में शामिल होते हैं या
जी जी,
इसके अलावा होते
180 में शामिल होते हैं, बट देर इज नो इंडिकेशन, so you have no way to find out it's a pre-test question or it's an actual question. So on the basis of that, you have no way to decide that as this is a dummy question or pre-test question, so I will not spend time on it. No, these are mixed within your 180 questions. You will have to respect all 180 questions, right? Any other question?
हैं? थैंक यू सर।
Right. Yes, Sajad, do you have a question?
Okay, sir, fine.
And in the exam, the split of the question is like this, that 42% of the questions will come from people domain, 50% of the questions will come from process domain, and 8% of the questions will come from business domain. That means within your project, you are managing people also, within your team, outside your team, stakeholders, so they come under people. So 42%. Process related, whole project management is processes. So 50% questions will come from the processes and 8% from the business related concepts. Similarly, same exam has an other division of the questions. 50% of the questions will come from predictive or waterfall methodology, and 50% of the questions will come from adaptive or agile or hybrid methodology. Sajad, you want to ask something?
Yes, okay, sir.
Please keep your mic to mute mode, please. Okay. So this is going to be the question split. And it is possible that same question, let's say question number 40, comes under business domain, and at the same time it comes under agile domain as well. So this is possible. So 50% of the questions will come from predictive, 50% from adaptive, 42% from the people, 50% from processes, 8% from the business. Any question on this slide before I move forward?
नो सर।
This is how the exam software looks like. There will be two screens. We can say this left side is screen number 1, right side is screen number 2. In the screen number 1, each question will come with statements and with options. So each question will appear in front of you one by one. When you click on next, then next question will come. If you click on previous, you will go back to the previous question. On the top, the remaining time will keep on coming. That how much time is remaining now. If you feel there is some calculation required, calculator button is there. You click on this, calculator will open. If you want to, if you are not sure, let's say there are 3 or 4 options and you selected option number 3, but maybe you are not confident. You want to read it again later on. So you can flag for review also. Or sometimes without answering a question, you can go to next question. Or once you have answered the question, you go to the next question, then you get some more ideas, then you go back and may change the answer of the previous question also. So this is how all the questions will come in front of you one by one. And in case you click on review screen button, you will go to this screen where all the questions will come numbers only. And if you have flagged any question, let's say question number 14, you have flagged. So you can directly click on question number 14 and it will open on this screen, detailed screen. Or you see question number 7, you have not answered. So you can directly click on question number 7 and it will open in the detailed screen. And once you have finished all the questions, you can click on End Review and your exam will finish. Any confusion on this thing? So one more important point, these 180 questions will come as a set of 60 questions. Set 1, 60 questions. Set 2, 60 questions. Set 3, 60 questions. So let's say you started your exam, you are working on set number 1. Whenever you finish set number 1, 60 questions, regardless you finish in 40 minutes or you spend 120 minutes. Whenever you finish set number 1, you can take a 10 minutes break. After you come back from the break, now set number 2 will start. Now you cannot go back to questions of set 1 and change any answer. You can only go forward or backward only within that set. So once you finish set number 2, again you can take a break of 10 minutes. Then when you come back, set number 3 will start. When you finish set number 3 and you click on End Review, your whole exam will finish and within 1 minute you will get your result, pass or fail. Any question or confusion?
The 10 minutes break, is it counted within the 230 minutes
No,
of the total exam?
no. Any other question?
सर जैसे 60 क्वेश्चन के बाद हम हमारा ये सेट कंप्लीट होगा, इसमें हम मूव कैसे करेंगे? जैसे ये यहाँ थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है कि जिसमें हम एंड रिव्यू करेंगे 60 क्वेश्चन के सेट को।
ये चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है इस टाइम। जब भी आप एक्चुअली एग्जाम देने जाएंगे ना, आपको उस वक्त एक बकायदा ट्यूटोरियल दिया जाएगा। ठीक है, अभी सिर्फ मोटा मोटा एक स्केलेटन मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि इस तरह है। वहां पे आपको
आप
फॉर्मली ट्यूटोरियल दिया जाएगा, वो टाइम काउंट नहीं होगा आपके एग्जाम में। आपको एग्जैक्टली बटन्स बताए जाएंगे कि अब आपने ये करना है। इसी तरह जब आप वापस भी आएंगे तो आपको इनफ गाइडेंस मिलेगी। वहाँ पे लैब अटेंडेंट भी होगा जो कि आपको गाइड कर देगा। तो इसलिए उसकी टेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है कि एग्जैक्टली क्या हम करेंगे तो सेट नंबर 2 स्टार्ट होगा। ठीक है,
थैंक यू सर।
वेलकम। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? Now the pricing of the exam. If you are a member of PMI, the fee of the exam is $405. If you are not a member of PMI, then the exam fee is 655. But here, some countries, some selected countries, including Pakistan, Yemen, and Lebanon, those countries which are troubled countries because of floods, because of war situation, so they are given additional discount. So if even you are a Pakistani living in Saudi Arabia, but if you give your postal address and shipping address of Pakistan, you will get additional discount. And that discount is maybe more than 120, $30, right? So roughly, if you are applying from Pakistan, so it will be something like maybe 300 plus 139, something like that. So roughly $110 discount. Even if you give exam within Saudi Arabia, still it is acceptable, right? So otherwise, for standard pricing, $405 plus 139 to become the member for the first attempt, for one attempt only. In case you do not pass in first attempt, second attempt is $275 for the second attempt, and third attempt is also $275 if you are a PMM member. Otherwise, $375 for second and third attempt if you are not a member. Any question on pricing up till this point?
Is it mandatory
Yes,
to
sir.
have a PIB membership, or
No,
like
not mandatory, but if you have so much money you want to pay higher price, no problem. Don't take membership, right?
okay,
But if
but
you take membership,
normally,
there is a benefit on that,
yeah, that sounds
right? Any
सर
other question? Yes,
मेंबरशिप
yes,
जी
please.
सर पीएम मेंबर्स और नॉन मेंबर्स मतलब ये मेंबर्स कैसे बनेंगे और नॉन मेंबर्स कैसे नॉन मेंबर तो हम अभी
मेंबर्स
है ना
बनने के लिए आपने सिर्फ अपना ईमेल पर एंटर करना है, प्रोफाइल बनाना है, 10 मिनट का काम है, $139 पे करने हैं अपने क्रेडिट कार्ड से या अपने किसी दोस्त के क्रेडिट कार्ड से, लेकिन उससे पूछ के तो आप मेंबर बन जाएंगे। कोई इसके लिए क्राइटेरिया नहीं है, ठीक है।
ठीक है और उसके बाद हमें एग्जाम के लिए $405 पे करने पड़ेंगे
उसके लिए $405 पे करने पड़ेंगे, एंड यूजुअली पीपल पे दीज टू कॉस्ट टुगेदर when they are applying for the exam. They pay 405 plus 139 at the same point, same day, right? Any other question, please?
ठीक
जी सर, मेंबरशिप एक टाइम की होती है या इसका भी कोई क्राइटेरिया होता है, कोई टाइम
every
फ्रेम
year
होता
every year but it's not mandatory for you to continue every year. You just take it first year, after that you can discontinue, right? Any other question? So within one application, once it is approved, you can give your exam up till 3 times in 1 year. So within 1 year, you have to pay the exam fee. After your audit application is approved, then you need to pay the exam fee, and you have total 12 months, not after the exam fee payment, but after your application is approved. Now, let's say your application was approved in, let's say, February 2026. So you have time till February 2027. That's it. Even if you make the payment in August 2026, right? So your eligibility will not increase. So you still have the same 12 months. Any question, confusion from anyone? So membership is $139, and there is a discount on the exam fee itself. So there is no point of not opting for PMI as membership. Plus additional some benefits, you get access to PMI library and you can download the standards or other publications. You become part of worldwide community. You can review PMI conducted salary surveys to see how much people who are PMP certified earning in different countries with different designations with different number of experience. So this is how your exam fee and membership fee is decided by PMI. Any question, confusion from anyone?
है? नो सर।
ये फैसिलिटी हमें मिलेंगी ये ऑनलाइन ही सारी वेबसाइट पे मिलेंगी
जी। आफ्टर पासिंग योर एग्जाम, वकास आपके पास म्यूट की ऑप्शन है?
जी सर
अच्छा, करके देखें, होती है म्यूट? जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। क्वेश्चन करने के बाद ना म्यूट कर लिया करें। अच्छा जी। सो आफ्टर पासिंग द एग्जाम, this PMP title is for 3 years. But the good thing is it is renewed after 3 years without exam. It's not for life, but if you continue learning process, if you keep on attending more trainings, you need 60 hours of training within next 3 years or every 3 years. For example, you passed your exam in, let's say, June 2026. Remember, I told you in July 2026, the exam is changing. So I suggest you must target to give your exam before that time. Otherwise, after July 2026, they are adding artificial intelligence also in the exam. So it will become more difficult for you. So June 2026, for example, you pass your PMP. Now your PMP title is up till June 2029. Within that, for example, as I told you, I'm just an option. You can attend training from me. You can attend training from any other institute, right? So for example, you attend my two courses as an example, RMP and Primavera P6. RMP is for 40 PDUs and P6 is for 20 PDUs. PDU in easiest word meaning means 1 hour. One PDU, 1 hour of training. So 40 hours training for RMP and 20 hours training for Primavera P6. If you attend these two, you have 60 PDUs, which are good enough to renew your exam for another 3 years, renew your PMP title certification for another 3 years. So just like this, if you keep on attending these 60 hours of trainings every 3 years, there is no distribution, mandatory distribution that it must be 20, 20, 20 every year, or it could be all 60 in the first year, all 60 in the last year as well. Whenever your 3 years finish, if you have 60 PDUs, you can extend it for another 3 years. In case you do not have 60 PDUs in 3 years, your certification will be suspended for 1 year. So fourth year is given to you as a warning period. Within this warning period, if you attend the missing PDUs, let's say you have 0 PDUs, you have 59 PDUs, whatever PDUs you have, you need 60 in total. So in the fourth year, if you collect the missing PDUs, they will revert it back to the normal state. But in case fourth year is also gone, then they will cancel your certification after fourth year. Now, whenever you need it in life again, you need to appear in the exam again. Any question or confusion? What are the benefits, general benefits of doing PMP? So generally, the studies research that PMP certified people, they generally earn 16% more than others. For example, a planning engineer with 10 years of experience with PMP or without PMP, so maybe roughly the difference in income is roughly average 15-16%. So sometimes it is mandatory or sometimes helpful in promotions. Many students they come to me because they have to do PMP in order to get the promotion in their company. Much higher chances of getting shortlisted when applying for the jobs. You become familiar with the project management terminology. You become confident while participating in the meetings or the interviews. You start planning and managing the aspects of projects earlier which you were missing, right? Or good for networking and connections as well. So these are few benefits of doing PMP. But here I'm not convincing you. You are already aware, you are working in the market, you know more than me that what is the importance of PMP. So I'm here just to give you an idea how you can do PMP. I know you already know the importance and you are already convinced that we should do PMP. So now I'm just giving you some sample questions that what is the style of the questions in the exam. So for example, sometimes they ask you questions in this way. They present you four options and they say three options are false, are true. One option is false. Which one is false? So which of the following is not true of obtaining project plan approval? So can you read these four options and can you suggest the right answer here? Yes, anyone? What do you think? What is the right answer?
Option A.
And can you explain the reason why you are suggesting option A?
I'm suggesting option A because plan is still not approved, and anything that is not approved yet, if we add anything, if we remove anything, we don't need to follow any formal change control, change management system,
So option
I
A is
guess.
true or false?
Uh, option A is the answer of this question.
No, no. Option A is true or false in your opinion?
True.
True. Question is asking not true.
Okay. A bit tricky.
Yeah. So be very careful in the exam. Yes, please. Anyone else? So until you obtain plan approval, you don't need to put changes to it through change control. Yes, you explained it correctly. It is true. But question is asking about false option, so that's why this cannot be the right answer. Change control makes sure that only approved changes can make it into the approved plan. Yes, this is also true. Cannot be an answer. Only one person needs to approve the project management plan, and that is the project manager. No, there are so many stakeholders who need to be convinced. So this is the false option. It is important for the entire team to buy into. Buy into means convinced participation, involvement, agreement, ownership. So if you involve your team in the planning, chances are higher that the project will be successful. So yes, this is true, cannot be an answer. So false is only C, so C is the right answer. Another very important concept, we have to construct a wall in 10 days. 1000 real is the budget. At the end of fourth day, we have completed 20% and we have spent 300 reals. Assuming linear planning, linear means equally distributed. 10% we will spend every day, 10% daily we will achieve. What can we report about the project out of these four options? Yes, please, anyone?
Option B is the correct.
Option B, okay. Anyone else?
Option C.
Shehbaz Ashraf, can you explain your answer D?
No, sir, it's B.
Oh, actually, you are correct. It's D. Okay. So if you notice here that in 4 days, 4 days already passed, so that means 40% time has passed. And we have spent how much budget? 30% of the budget. And how much we have completed? 20% completed. So in 40% time, 20% work has been finished. Ideally, it should be 40% finished. So that's why at least A option and C option can be ruled out because this is surely not ahead of schedule. So if we compare these two, 20% completed in 40% time, we can easily agree on that this is behind schedule. Now, if we compare in 40% time, we have spent 30% budget, or on 20% completion, we have spent 30% budget. So if you compare in 40% time, 30% budget is spent. So you may wrongly think that we are saving. Actually, it's not true. So we should always compare the spending against accomplishment. So if we go with that rule, this project is bad on time also, bad on spending also, behind schedule, overspending. Any confusion from anyone? Actually, I'm just showing you the style of the questions, exams, but using that opportunity, I am teaching you some concepts as well, right? So is it clear for everyone or anyone having any confusion? Let's say you are a project manager for a railroad construction project. Your sponsor has asked you for a forecast. Now, if I ask you, what is the difference between cost related plan and cost related forecast? Anyone, please. What is the difference between these two terms?
Cost related to plan will be actually actual cost. कॉस्ट रिलेटेड फोरकास्ट उसमें हम क्या करेंगे, जितने भी हमारे रिस्क्स होंगे वो हम उसमें जो कि अनड्यू या अनफोर्सीन होंगे उनको हम कैटर करके फोरकास्ट अपना
Can
वो
you tell
बनाएंगे.
me the number here in this situation? Cost related plan and cost related forecast. Tell me the number from this situation.
There's only one cost, 1000 SAR, that would be plan cost.
All of you agree on this thing that 1000 is the cost related plan? Anyone having any different answer? Yes, this is correct. Cost related plan is 1000. Now, can you tell me the cost related forecast?
We need to calculate this since
Calculate. No problem. Do it.
yes.
It's not a very lengthy calculation. Just within seconds you can do.
Yeah, it will be 1200 SAR.
1200 SAR. Okay, and what's your calculation?
My calculation is like we have completed 20% for 300 SAR, and to complete this 100% that we have spent.
Okay,
Oh, sorry,
Shabazz, you
100.
suggested 1500. Can you explain your calculation?
जी सर, ये अगर 20% 300 में हुआ है तो बाकी 100% करने के लिए हमें 1500 ही चाहिए होंगे.
1500 चाहिए होंगे. If we continue at spending at the same rate, if we have completed 20% in 300, so multiplied by 5, so 1500. So cost related forecast is 1500. Cost related plan is approved budget is 1000. So it looks like if we keep on spending at the same rate, this project will cost us 1500 instead of 1000. So this is the meaning of the cost related forecast. The project has total budget of 80,000 and a CPI of 0.95. What is meant by CPI? Cost Performance Indicator or Index. In other words, it represents spending efficiency. I'm not expecting that you people know these terms already. I'm just showing you, giving you flavor of the topics that you may expect during this course. So spending efficiency, how efficiently we are spending our budget. So if we say our spending efficiency is 0.95, that means we are spending at 95% efficiency. Out of 100 reals, we are wasting 5 reals. So if we are spending at this rate, total budget is 80,000. So far we have spent 25,000. So how much more is required? So it must be less than 80,000. So A, without any calculation, we can suggest here, right? We can discuss these things in more detail later on in the full course, inshallah. One last question here, that sometimes we have to calculate the duration of the project. So let's say we have 9 activities A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. Their durations are given 5, 6, 4, 3, 1, 4, 14, 12, and 2 days. Their predecessors are given. Predecessor means prerequisites, that A can be started anytime, B can be started anytime, C can be started only when A is done, D can be started only when A is done. So if this is the situation, how we can calculate? So in order to calculate the duration, we need to make the network diagram, and then we find the longest path. This topic is called as critical path method, and then the longest path is considered as the project duration, which is 26 days in this example. PMP course contents. What are the course contents? So now, up till this point, before this slide, up till this point, I have covered the exam application style, exam style, pricing, exam format, and sample questions. Right? Now I am going to spend maybe next another 30-35 minutes on the contents of the course, which will be tested in the exam. So there are basically 11 topics which are going to come in the exam. Or same 11 topics, like 11 chapters, we will discuss in the full training. Some chapters might need 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So overall, roughly 39 hours we will spend on these 11 topics. These 10 topics are called as 10 knowledge areas. Of the project management: project scope management, project schedule management, project cost management, project quality management, project resource management, project communication management, project risk management, project procurement management, project stakeholder management, and project integration management. So these are called as 10 knowledge areas. And agile project management, as I told you in the beginning also, that exam will ask 50% of the questions from predictive waterfall style, 50% from agile or adaptive methodology. So this is mostly used in IT projects. But as PMP exam is given by everyone, even civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, so they also need to learn this agile project management. So I will just give you some few minutes on each topic. So when we say scope management is basically finding about the requirements of the project. Requirement here means problems. Why we are doing the project? What is the purpose? What are the needs? What are the expectations? And when we say scope means solution of the problems we have identified, we have agreed. So we collect the requirements from the customer and we propose the solution or the deliverables. That agreed deliverables are called as scope of the project. After we define, I will not cover all the terms today, just selected terms only. So requirements means problem, scope means solution, WBS, work breakdown structure. We decompose the scope of the project into smaller manageable pieces so that it becomes easier for us to plan, coordinate, control, outsource. So I just covered three terms. Requirements means problem, scope means solution. WBS is the hierarchical decomposition of the big project into small manageable pieces. Up till here, if anyone has any question, please feel free to ask. So this comes under scope management, and another way to look at it, scope management focuses on what is to be produced or delivered. That when we finish this project, as a result of this project completion, what should be the output? So in that sense, I have written what. What is to be produced? When we say schedule management means how it will be produced. When we say it has been defined already under what. So what I am referring to as it in the next slide is actually scope of the project. So when we say how it will be defined, how it will be developed, how it will be delivered, it comes under schedule management, and we define activities or tasks. Activities or tasks are same things. Remember, in Microsoft project, word task is used. Task or subtasks. In Primavera P6, term activity is used. Otherwise, there is no difference. In the exam, both terms can be referred. Activities also, tasks also. So we define the activities, we sequence activities. Sequence activities means in the relationships, finish to start, start to start, start to finish, finish to finish. So we define that. We estimate the activity durations, individual activity duration. Then we apply a critical path method to find out the total project duration. So right now, I'm just explaining or introducing you these slides, these topics within 1-2 minutes each. In the full course, we will spend 2-3 hours on each topic. Then cost management. We estimate the cost depending upon the activity, resources required, the duration of that activity. We multiply by the resource rates, we get an idea about the cost. And when we sum up or aggregate the estimated cost of all the activities, we come up with the budget of the project. Quality management. Everyone knows what is quality. We will discuss later in detail what is quality. Right now, I will just spend time on two terms, QA and QC, quality assurance and quality control. Before I explain to you, can anyone tell me what is the difference between quality assurance and quality control? Anyone, please? जी शहबाज, अभी तक आपके आंसर्स ठीक साबित हो रहे हैं, कोशिश करें इसका भी रिप्लाई करें. Yes, please, anyone, difference between QA and QC?
जी सर, आई थिंक क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ये है कि जिस वक्त भी कोई इशू आ जाता है किसी भी तरह का, तो उसको हम कंट्रोल करते हैं. जिस वक्त वो कंट्रोल हो, उसके बाद वो चीज़ दोबारा ना हो, उसकी क्वालिटी इंश्योरेंस होती है actually।
Okay, could be considered as right. A very easy example to understand. Let's say if you go to any electronics shop, you want to buy mouse, speaker, anything, USB. Have you noticed that whenever you purchase that or you are just checking it, on the box there is a sticker, small label, and what's written on that? Something like QC passed or QC checked. Have you noticed that? Anyone? सो रहे सारे हैं सो
नहीं सर, देखा है, बिल्कुल ऐसा ही होता है।
ऐसा ही होता है चलें ठीक थैंक यू वेरी मच सो दिस इज अ वेरी कॉमन ऑब्जर्वेशन that QC checked or QC passed. So that means when some manufacturer produces something and they check it internally, they find it is good enough to be sold or to be delivered to the customer or the market, they put a sticker or stamp on it, QC checked. But if they find some defect, they will reject it, that fix it again or throw it or scrap it. So this is the concept of QC. So QC is basically to find defects in the deliverables. QC is to find defects in the deliverables, right? And QA is to avoid defects in the deliverables, right? So this is the difference. So QC is reactive, QA is proactive. You can apply it in your daily life also. When you say, today the biryani is not tasty, right? This is QC. But when before making the biryani, you are taking care of the ingredients, the resources assigned, the timings, the recipe, everything, that is QA activity to assure that the end result will meet the quality we have agreed or we are expecting. So this is the difference between QA and QC. Resource management, we have resources in our project. There are three types of resources. Can you tell me which three types of resources? Anyone? Yes, please, anyone? What are the types of resources? I gave you the hint already, three types of resources. Which three? Manpower, machine, and material. So these are the three types of resources. So when we use term resources, that means all three types of resources, manpower, machine, material. When we use word team, that means only manpower. So we estimate the resources, we arrange the resources, we develop the team, we manage the team, conflict management, motivational theories, appraisals, all these things come under resource management. Communication management. Different stakeholders need different information. When we say stakeholder means anyone who can positively or negatively impact the project or get impacted by the project. So it's a very broad definition of stakeholders. Even your neighbors, consultants, ministries, regulatory bodies, everyone will come under the definition of stakeholder, right? So different stakeholders need different information in a different frequency. For example, weekly, monthly, quarterly, in different format, written, presentation, WhatsApp messages, email, signed reports. So different stakeholders need different information in different frequency, in different format. That all comes under communication management. Risk management. Risk management means that when we say risk management, first of all, we need to understand what is the meaning of risk. Risk is any event that may or may not happen. And if it happens, it may have a positive or negative impact on the project. Maybe many of you believe that risk is always bad. No, risk could be positive also. If you say prices can increase, this is a negative risk. If you say prices can decrease, this is a positive risk. So if there is a negative risk, it is called as threats. Threats on the project. If there is a positive risk, it is called as opportunities. So threats and opportunities are there. So we need to identify the risks. For example, very easy example to understand. Let's say our first class, inshallah, is on 2nd of January. Right? Is it possible that wherever I am right now, in my area, there is a heavy rain and because of that heavy rain, there is internet failure, right? And we may not be able to conduct the class. Possible. So if it is possible, it's a risk. So if I ask you what are the chances in terms of very high or medium or low or very low, so maybe you will say chances may be medium or maybe low because this is not a rainy season, right? But still, it is not impossible. So we will say the chances are low, and if it happens, impact, maybe we can say it's high impact. We will have to cancel the class, we will have to change the schedule. Maybe I have other training, maybe you have travel plans, something like that. So when we do this classification in terms of very high, medium, low, or very low, in terms of probability and impact, this is called as qualitative risk analysis. And when we do the analysis in this form, that let's say 30% chances of facing 5 days wastage in this 12 months project. And it may cost us $12,000. So 30% chances, 5 days wastage, $12,000. So we are talking about numbers. So this is called as numerical analysis. So it will come under quantitative risk analysis. So qualitative risk analysis and quantitative risk analysis. Then we plan risk responses. So you see in your offices also, there might be some fire extinguishers, some emergency exit planning. So all this comes under risk response planning. Procurement management. Procurement means outsourcing or purchasing or renting. So as I told you, there are three types of resources: manpower, machine, material. Rent or buy. So can you tell me, materials, can we buy materials from other companies? Yes or no? Very quick, easy question. Can we buy material from other companies? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Can we rent material from other companies?
No.
No. And the reason is that materials are consumable. So anything that is consumable, we cannot rent it. So we can only buy it. Machines, can we rent? Yes. Can we buy? Yes. Manpower, can we rent manpower? Yes. Can we buy manpower? No. We cannot buy manpower. Buying manpower means slavery system, right? So that is not available now. It was in history, but not now. So these are the four scenarios: renting manpower, renting machines, buying material for the resources related procurement. Or we outsource to other companies. Why we outsource? Sometimes we do not have expertise. Sometimes we have expertise, we do not have time. Sometimes it will be expensive if we do it. Let's outsource it to someone else. So all these things come under procurement management. Stakeholder management, as I told you, anyone who can positively or negatively impact the project or get impacted by the project is a stakeholder. You need to identify, you need to plan. Integration management, integration means related, connected. One area is connected to other area. If you change the scope, there will be an impact on time and cost. So change in one area will impact the other areas as well. Same project management is distributed in 5 process groups also: initiating the project, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. So first thing is we initiate the project, where we take a decision that shall we do this project or not. Then we make a plan. Baseline means approved plan. So when the plan is approved, we start execution. When we start execution, so the second thing is planning. Third thing is execution. In parallel to execution, we do the controlling also. So we can say controlling and execution is going side by side, parallel. Purpose of controlling is to keep checking, are we going as per plan or not? If we are going as per plan, wonderful. If we are not going as per plan, find out the difference between plan and actuals. Plan and actuals. This difference is called as variance. If variance is small, ignore it. If it is big, then recovery planning or replanning. How much is the variance acceptable? How much variance is not acceptable? So we need to define some limits. And these limits are called as threshold values on project management. These could be in terms of time also, these could be in terms of cost also. So this cycle continues, that if the variance is bigger than the threshold values, then again we need to do the replanning. So this planning and execution and controlling can go in parallel. And when we finish all the deliverables, we close the processes, the project. So this is your project management. So just to remind you, the full course schedule is like this. In case you need the presentation or recording of the session, you can send me a message tomorrow on this number, WhatsApp number. I will share with you the recording also, the presentation also. This is going to be the pricing if you pay in Pakistani bank, because we do not have to pay VAT on that. So that's why we give you benefit of that thing. So it is only 750 riyals if you pay in Pakistani bank. If you pay in Saudi bank, it will be 1000 riyal with VAT invoice. So just in case you want to submit it to your company for the reimbursement, then it is better you pay in the Saudi bank. If you are paying from the pocket, then better pay in Pakistani bank directly or indirectly through your friend or through some relatives. It's both acceptable. In case you register as a group of 3 or more people together, then the discounted fee will be 500 riyal if you pay in Pakistani bank or 750 if you pay in Saudi bank. In case you register as a group of friends more than 5 together, then not only 500 discounted fee for everyone if you pay in Pakistani bank, plus also free Primavera P6 training as well. And most likely it will be live. I'm planning in after the PMP course in January. In January last week or February first week, I will be conducting Primavera live course as well, inshallah. So this is the pricing. In case you want to invite your friends to attend the next session, inshallah, introductory session, that will be on 23rd of December. Now, if anyone wants to stay and ask questions, most welcome. Anyone wants to leave, no problem. See you in future, inshallah. Thank you very much. Anyone having any question, Wakas and Ashraf or anyone, आपको मैंने बोला था कि आप मुझसे आखिर में डिस्कस कर लीजिएगा. किसी का भी कोई क्वेश्चन हो, मोस्ट वेलकम प्लीज. इंग्लिश, उर्दू, पंजाबी, जिसमें दिल चाहे पूछना.
Yeah. Regarding the live session, like starting from January 2nd,
Yeah.
so it's mandatory. We need to attend the 35 hours classes, right? So how it will determine, like whether the person is attended or not attended?
No, no,
Because
see,
for an example, yeah,
we are not going to check the attendance, right?
yeah.
We just assume that anyone who paid the fee is serious, and at the end of this session, we will issue the certificate of attendance. We will not take any exam.
Okay, that's the question is like
Yeah,
because for the PMP we need to prove that like the
yeah,
person is attended
right,
35,
right,
right?
right. So we
So
will
in
give you
this
the
case,
certificate
how we
that,
yeah, that's my question is.
yeah. So we will give you the certificate without any question, without any attendance tracking, right? Because we
Yeah,
assume that everyone who is paying the fee is serious, right? So
yeah,
that's
of
that
course,
is,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Because
and
that's why how it determines and everything. That's why I
yeah,
just want
yeah,
to make sure
yeah,
how it works. Because if it is a recorded, like it will consider as like a 1 hour course, 1 hour, 35 hours, it will consider, right?
yeah.
So in a live session, how it determines.
We
That's
we
what my
we
question is.
our total duration is 39 hours,
39, yeah,
right? So
yeah.
many other companies, training institutes, they are giving 25 hours training, 30 hours training with breaks,
Mm,
right? But we have designed it in more detail. So I feel I need more hours. So that's why I keep it for 39 hours, right?
yeah,
With the
amazing, yeah.
breaks, right? Okay. Any other question, please?
सर मैंने अपना मैं इधर ग्रुप में वो क्वेश्चन करना नहीं चाह रहा था, तो मैंने आपको व्हाट्सएप पे अपना एक रिटन मैसेज भेजा है,
चलो मैं
तो
पढ़ लूंगा, कल
मैं
पढ़ लूंगा, मैं कल आपको जवाब दे दूंगा. इन केस अगर ना
जी
करूं,
आप
ठीक है, तो मुझे एक रिमाइंडर भेज दीजिएगा, क्योंकि मैसेज ज़्यादा हो
जी
जाते हैं तो वो कभी ना वो लंबी लिस्ट के नीचे चले जाते हैं. ठीक है,
जी
तो
मैं
मेरी
इसको
नज़र से गुजर नहीं पाते, तो आप मुझे एक रिमाइंडर भेज दीजिएगा
जरूर
कल
जरूर जरूर
डे में. ठीक
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
है, वेलकम. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज?
Apart
Assalamualaikum sir.
from yeah.
One by one. Yes, is Irshad, Irshad, please.
Okay, okay.
Sir, actually, apart from the profession, the engineering in background, like one of my friend is in administrative background, but he is taking care of the projects, like assisting and everything. He has a experience like more than 6 years. Is it possible, like he can join the PMP
If
and
he is involved in the projects, he needs it. It will be beneficial for him. Yes,
Mhm.
he is eligible. If he wants to
Okay,
excel in the same field, yes, it is recommended for him.
because he wants to enhance his skills, like doing the
Yeah,
PMP and directly involving in the project instead of doing the administrative work.
right.
So that's why, like is it eligible or not? Like
Yeah,
we just want
yeah,
to make sure about that.
yeah. His title could be anything, even finance manager, admin manager. But if he has worked on the projects, if he can arrange the experience letter, even if the experience letters do not confirm that he has worked on the projects, only that yes, he was part of that company for those years, yes. And when he will enter the projects, he will mention the supervisors. If his supervisors are okay with that, yes, whatever you have written, we are okay to confirm that, yes, he is eligible. No issues.
Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what my question is. It's got
Yeah.
cleared now.
Yeah. Yes, someone else was asking a question.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
सर मेरे एक दोस्त ने लास्ट टाइम मतलब लास्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ बिफोर उसने वो दिया था मेरे ख्याल में टेस्ट ना। तो वो कह रहा था कि मैं मतलब इतना कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं था, तो 50% तकरीबन मैं मतलब ठीक हुआ था। जब मेरा रिजल्ट आया तो पास था। तो इसका मतलब है सर, आपने कहा ना कोई उसमें वो नहीं होती कि वो बताते नहीं है, तो मतलब ये है कि 50% वाला भी वो पास कंसीडर होता है सर?
देखें, 50% ट्रैक करना ना पॉसिबल नहीं होता। ठीक है, वो अगर कह रहा है ना 50%, तो जरूरी नहीं है कि उसकी ये कैलकुलेशन ठीक हो
या ऐसे को
सकता है वो
तुक्के वाले भी ठीक हो गए होंगे, हो सकता है
हो
जी
सकता है
सर।
तुक्के वाले भी ठीक हो गए हो ना। ये तो उसकी फीलिंग थी ना। देखिए, एग्जाम में आपका सारा ध्यान तो होता है क्वेश्चंस की तरफ।
जी
ठीक है,
सर।
अब आप वो कॉपी पेंसिल लेके बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ तो नहीं नोट कर रहे होते कि यार मेरे कितने क्वेश्चन एग्जैक्टली ठीक हुए हैं, कितने गलत हुए हैं, और ये तो आपका ख्याल है ठीक या गलत हुए हैं ना। तो बहुत
यस
सारे
सर।
ऐसे उसके जो उसको लग रहा था गलत हुए हैं, हो सकता है वो ठीक हो गए हों। ठीक है,
जी सर।
तो जरूरी नहीं है कि 50 हो, लेकिन रफली 60 से 70% के करीब इसका पासिंग मार्क्स होते हैं। ठीक है,
और सर इसका मतलब ये मतलब वैसे ये सवाल मतलब बनता तो नहीं है, लेकिन मतलब ये सर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में मतलब पॉसिबल है कि मतलब ये
जी
हो
जी,
जाए
बिल्कुल है,
इंशाल्लाह?
बिल्कुल है, बस पॉसिबल क्यों नहीं पॉसिबल, इंशाल्लाह। 90% अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेरे स्टूडेंट्स जो 90%
ओके
मेरे
सर।
स्टूडेंट्स जो एग्जाम देते हैं। ठीक है, कई लोग
जी
तो उसके
सर।
बाद वो लेजी हो जाते हैं ना, अच्छा यार हज के बाद करेंगे, ईद के बाद करेंगे, शादी के बाद करेंगे। ठीक है, तो वो तो और केस ही हो रहा है। लेकिन जितने
जी
लोग
सर।
एग्जाम देते हैं उसमें से 90% से ज्यादा अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में पास हो जाते हैं। उसका मतलब
ओके
ये
सर।
नहीं है कि एग्जाम इजी है। उसका
जी
मतलब
सर।
ये है कि उन्होंने सीरियस अटेम्प्ट अगर करते हैं, और जो भी होता है, जिसने ट्रेनिंग की फीस दी है, एग्जाम की फीस उससे भी 3 गुना है। ठीक है, तकरीबन 2,000 रियाल है। ठीक है, तो जो
जी
इस
सर।
लेवल पे आता है ना, वो फिर जरा अच्छी तरह तैयारी करके ही एग्जाम देता है। तो
जी
मोस्टली
सर।
90% से ज्यादा लोग पास हो जाते हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने तैयारी अच्छी की होती है।
सर
ठीक है,
इसमें अगर टोटल SAR में देखा जाए टोटल मतलब इसका तो मतलब 3,000 रियाल तक मेरे ख्याल में इट विल कास्ट, आई थिंक सो,
तकरीबन
लमसम।
2,500 से 3,000 के करीब है। ठीक है, ट्रेनिंग के कॉस्ट मिला के।
ओके सर। और वो जो पे करते हैं ऑनलाइन, वो यूरो में पे, उसमें
डॉलर्स में।
डॉलर में पे
हाँ,
करते
लेकिन वो आपने उस वक्त पे करना है फ्यूचर में जब एग्जाम देना है। चाहे वो आप तीन
हैं?
महीने
जी
बाद
सर।
दें, चाहे 6 महीने बाद दें, वो आपने डायरेक्टली पीएमआई को देना है। वो फीस
जी
मेरे
सर।
थ्रू नहीं जानी है।
वो खुद ही पे करनी है
वो
सर
आपने
ये?
खुद ही पे करनी है और डायरेक्टली पे करनी है।
वो जैसा सर आपने अभी मतलब हम स्लाइड में देखा था, तो विद द टाइम स्पैन ऑफ 1 ईयर वो उसको हम कभी भी हम कर सकते हैं, टेस्ट दे सकते
वो
हैं?
जब आपने अप्लाई कर दिया तो फिर 1 ईयर, अगर आपने अप्लाई 3 साल बाद किया है तो वो भी
हाँ जी।
कोई मसला नहीं है।
जी।
ठीक है,
ओके ओके सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
नो वेलकम। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
हम्म, जी सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड के हवाले से।
जी जी
अगर जी सर, मैंने मास्टर किया था, मास्टर मीन पाकिस्तानी 16 ईयर एजुकेशन सोशोलॉजी में।
जी
और
जी।
साथ उसके बाद मैं प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में MS कर रहा हूँ।
ठीक है।
तो क्या मेरे लिए कितना बेनिफिशियल रहेगा, क्योंकि मैं अभी तक स्टूडेंट ही हूँ। इस तरह का कोई मेरे पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, सिवाय कि मैंने ऐसे मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी, लेकिन वो रेलिवेंट टू
देखें,
वो
अगर आपने
यूनाइटेड।
एमएसपीएम का फैसला किया है तो इसका मतलब है कि आपने सीरियसली डिसाइड कर लिया है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में आने के लिए। ठीक है, ऐसा ही
जी
है ना?
सर।
ठीक है।
जी सर।
तो फिर तो अगर आपने प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में रहना है तो फिर तो ये दुनिया की सबसे टॉप की सर्टिफिकेशन है जो कि प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड है। अब चूंकि आपका एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, जो मैं आपकी बात से समझा हूं कि सिर्फ डिग्री तो है, एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है। अब चूंकि एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है तो आप पीएमपी तो नहीं कर सकते हैं अनलेस अनटिल के
जी
अपने
सर।
झूठे सर्टिफिकेट बनवाएं, जो कि मैं जारी बात है उसका मशवरा नहीं दूंगा। ठीक है। तो
जी सर।
आपके पास ऑप्शन क्या रह जाती है? सीएपीएम करने की। ठीक है। तो सर्टिफाइड एसोसिएट इन प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट भी आप समझें एक जूनियर पीएमपी सर्टिफिकेशन है। ना होने से बेहतर है कि पीएमपी आप कर नहीं सकते, तो ना करने से बेहतर है कि सीएपीएम कर लें। उसका एग्जाम भी इजी है, उसकी एग्जाम की फीस भी कम है पीएमपी की निस्बत। फिर जब फ्यूचर में जब भी आपकी जॉब होगी तो उसमें एक तो सीएपीएम का फायदा होगा ही होगा इंशाल्लाह आपको। तो जब आपका 3 साल का एक्सपीरियंस कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो उस वक्त पीएमपी का एग्जाम भी दे दीजिएगा, ज्यादा फायदा हो जाएगा। ठीक है, बात समझे आप मेरी?
जी सर। एक और क्वेश्चन इसी के
जी जी।
रिलेटेड, क्या एक्सपीरियंस इसमें किस तरह का कंसिडर किया जाता है? इसमें थोड़ा सा अगर।
प्रोजेक्ट रिलेटेड एक्सपीरियंस, चाहे वो इनिशिएटिंग में हो, चाहे प्लानिंग में हो, चाहे एग्जीक्यूशन में हो, चाहे कंट्रोलिंग में हो, चाहे क्लोजिंग में हो, होगा प्रोजेक्ट्स रिलेटेड एक्सपीरियंस ही, ऑपरेशन रिलेटेड नहीं होगा। ठीक है।
ओके ठीक है, मेरा क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही आने लगा था, लेकिन आपने क्लियर कर दी चीज। जैसे हमारे दो तरह के हैं ना, एक तो हमारा ये एनजीओ जो सेक्टर चलता है, एक तो ये है। सेकंड ये है कि जो कंस्ट्रक्शन के हैं या इसके रेलिवेंट जितने भी हैं वो हैं,
हाँ,
ये प्रोजेक्ट्स
तो
हैं।
मिसाल के तौर पे एक टीचर है। ठीक है, अब टीचर अगर मुझे कहता है कि क्या मैं पीएमपी कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है, तो अगर तो आप सेम कोर्स ही हर साल पढ़ाते हैं तो फिर तो आप प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं कर रहे। लेकिन आपने एक नया कोर्स डिजाइन किया है तो नया कोर्स डिजाइन करना भी एक प्रोजेक्ट है। ठीक है। तो आप उसको एज अ प्रोजेक्ट प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये कि मैं जी 25 साल से पढ़ा रहा हूँ सिर्फ, सेम कोर्स ही पढ़ाई जा रहा हूँ, तो वो आपका प्रोजेक्ट नहीं कहला सकता। तो इसीलिए चाहे वो आप एनजीओ में है चाहे एडमिन में है, कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटीज जो कि टेम्पररी होती हैं, चाहे वो सर्वे ही है कोई, वो प्रोजेक्ट एज ट्रीट किया जा सकता है। लेकिन अगर आप कहते हैं जी मेरा तो काम रिपीटेड नेचर का ही है, साल साल से वही काम ही करी जा रहा हूँ, ना उसमें कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट ला रहा हूँ, ना उसमें कोई ट्रांजिशन ला रहा हूँ, तो वो फिर प्रोजेक्ट काउंट नहीं होंगे।
जी थैंक यू सर, मेरी
राइट।
मजीद अंडरस्टैंडिंग अच्छी होगी।
जी
थैंक यू।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
सर एक्सक्यूज मी।
जी जी।
सर जो एक्सपीरियंस लेटर लेना है हमने, वो हमें क्या पीएमआई को कैसे पता लगेगा ये वैलिड है या नॉन वैलिड है? मतलब फेक तो नहीं ना
देखें,
बना सकते?
पीएमआई
और किसी
पुलिस
रजिस्टर
नहीं
कंपनी
है।
से लेना हो?
पीएमआई ने इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं करनी। ठीक है। आप झूठा बना लें, पीएमआई क्या करे आप? पीएमआई ने तो एक बस एक पॉलिसी रखी हुई है कि ये है। अब आप बना ही फेंक लें तो पीएमआई ने आके इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं करनी। ठीक है। बट बीइंग अ पीएमपी सर्टिफाइड पर्सन, बीइंग अ ट्रेनर, मैं आपको एथिकली सजेस्ट नहीं कर सकता कि आप यूं करें। मैं आपको मना ही करूंगा कि ना करें। ठीक हो गया? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज?
Sir, how about this exam centers we can choose? Like, for an example, we do course here, like, in Riyadh, and if possible, if we go to Pakistan or India,
या
we can choose the
या
exam centers
डेफिनेटली,
wherever it is. It's not
वेयर
an
एवर इट
issue,
इज,
like,
नो इशू
uh,
एट ऑल। देयर इज नो लिंक बिटवीन द ट्रेनिंग लोकेशन एंड द एग्जाम
uh,
लोकेशन।
no, no. My question is like the work location and the exam location, because
No
that's why,
problem.
like,
You can book
there's
your
no issue.
exam anywhere. Even
No,
you
no.
book it in Jeddah. Later on, you find that now I'm shifting to Riyadh. you can reschedule, right?
So
And
even like once we booked, like
yeah,
right now,
yeah,
after
yeah,
2 months, I booked for Riyadh.
right.
For unfortunately, if I change in project like Jeddah or some
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah,
place,
yeah,
is it
yeah,
possible we can move the
possible.
date or move the
Yeah,
exam center?
but remember one thing, if you reschedule your exam with more than 30 days remaining, it is free.
Hmm.
But if you reschedule in less than 30 days remaining, then they will charge you $70 per reschedule.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Right? So 30, if you have enough time, you book and your exam after 2 months. So 30 days, you just recheck everything somewhere around 35 days remaining and decide to reschedule or keep the same date. But in worst
Okay, sir.
case, even if you have to reschedule even 5 days before the exam, still option is there, but it will cost you
But
$70.
yeah, I have to pay the cost and
And it's
reschedule.
not necessary that it is only because you shifted. Maybe you are not mentally prepared. You have not
Yeah.
completed your study maybe. So even then, sometimes people do reschedule their exams.
Yeah. Got it.
Any other question from anyone?
Thank you very much, sir. This was
You're
a great
welcome. You're welcome. Welcome.
Um, Actually, sir, if we do the confirmation within next week, so the payment process and everything will be shared in WhatsApp, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
Just
will
send me a
update
message.
me.
I will.
Yeah.
You just tell me you want to pay in Pakistani bank or Saudi bank. Accordingly, I
Mm.
will share with you the bank details.
Yeah, it's better to transfer to the Pakistan bank so that we
Yeah,
can save the money, right?
yeah, yeah.
Instead of doing it in
But if you
here.
are from India, don't directly transfer.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
colleagues are there. We'll inform them
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that I'll make sure that we know the word. Yeah. So because normally we don't do the transfers.
Yeah,
We'll inform our colleagues. They
yeah,
can
yeah,
do
yeah.
it behalf of us.
Yeah, yeah. And as I have spent more than around maybe 13 years in Saudi Arabia, so we know when we are in Pakistan or India, we behave differently. But when we are working together in Saudi Arabia or anywhere, we are just like brothers, right? So
Yeah, of course, brother.
yeah, yeah. So there is nothing like that, Indian, Pakistani or things like that. It's all only when we are sitting alone only.
No, it's all geopolitics.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Okay, if there is no other question from anyone, can we close the session?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your
My pleasure.
wonderful session, and
Welcome.
it's covered everything.
Alhamdulillah.
So inshallah, we'll wait for the 2nd January, and inshallah,
Inshallah.
if I get the groups and some of my friends they interested, I'll
Mm.
inform them for the 23rd
Yeah,
December,
inshallah.
and if we get the benefited from this, we'll do that.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Most welcome anytime. Okay, see you later, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, alaikum
I'm
salam.
welcome. Welcome.